Broadcasting live from somewhere in the great upper Midwest and beaming directly to you worldwide. This is Night Talks Radio.
Check, I might do it again. Enemies close, have me thinking they're friends. 10 toes down, I'll be free until the end. Crib outside the city, I don't feel safe in my hands. Took so many years, I'm just waiting for the wins. I'm in debt to no one but the one who took my sins. I do it for real, there's no reason to pretend. If I do it once, I do it again. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up, I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me. Gon' back it up. Matter what? Told you I'ma do me. Why you hating on me? It's not adding up. I do roll like like a Mack truck. Country heart, I'ma cop a farm and go act up. Lot of scars, I was cold-hearted, now I'm backed up. Keep it real, I do this once a month, I don't rap much. I just take the money and go stack up. Only buying car to get tatted up. All that other bull, it don't matter much. You only climb me, I put the ladders up. No fault, I done doubled up on the workload. I think I fell in love with the bankroll. Pray up, get money, then we lay low. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me. Gon' back it up. Matter what? Told ya I'ma do me. Why you hating on me? It's not adding up. Add it up. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me. Gon' back it up. Matter what? Told ya I'ma do me. Why you hating on me? It's not adding up. Work hard, get dough. I can't get no sleep, please make my life more simple. Miles inside these shoes, so I don't stomp, I tiptoe. Fell 1,000 times and still I roll no limp though. But I wouldn't trade a thing for what I have. I go hard, do what I need to make it last. They say the good die young, I hope I'm back. Cheers to my past, I'm doing great now, just in case they ask. In the booth and I lay it down, I might take a nap. And they thought I was playing around, I was up like my tax. Living fast, over limit on the freeway, hope no cops pass. Had to dip out for a minute, yeah that's my bad. But I can't stay for too long, I gotta go. I grab my bag and hit the dash, yeah adios. I drop the clutch and slam the gas, and it's vamonos. If you're not first then you're in last. Ricky Bobby quote, you gotta know. Work hard, get dough.
Streaming to you live from Spreaker.com and somewhere deep in the great upper Midwest. If you're ready for a ride, you can call NTR anytime by dialing the nationwide caller line at 1-507-384-9390. First-time callers can reach Night Talks Radio at 1-507-307-4424. Text Daniel and NTR exclusively at 1-218-689-7126. Now, from somewhere in the great upper Midwest, here's your hosts, Daniel Brewer and Jennifer Gregerson.
Work hard, get dough. I can't get no sleep, please make my life more simple. Miles inside these shoes, so I don't stomp, I tiptoe. Fell 1,000 times and still I roll no limp though. But I wouldn't
From the great upper Midwest, around the world, online, coast to coast. This is another edition of NTRN Live. We have a new guest with us tonight. Jennifer, could you tell us who that guest might be?
Well, the guest is Dr. Simeon.
Doctor.
He's got a PhD in sociology, Dr. Simeon Hein. And he's actually not new to NTRN. He's actually been here before, so this is his second time around. He is a Bigfoot researcher, UFO and paranormal researcher, and as well as an author.
So he's got a lot on his plate.
Yes, he's got a
I would imagine.
cavalcade of things.
A cavalcade, taking use of my wordage, huh?
Trying to.
Cavalcade, a cavalcade of things Simeon Hein is doing. And yes, he was on the show before, had a great time.
Yes.
One of my more, let's put it this way, favorable guests. this is when we were just called Night Talks Radio.
Yeah.
And
right.
I don't even think we were on... Were we on Spreaker?
I think it was Blog Talk.
It might have been. It might have been Blog Talk.
Yeah.
But either way, Simeon is back with us tonight, so we might as well bring him on the show. Simeon, are you there, sir?
Oh, hey guys, how's it going tonight?
Pretty good. We are just getting over being bombarded by a 2.5-day blizzard that dropped about 16 to 20 inches of snow on us, but I think we're starting to dig out finally. How is it with you, sir?
Yeah, well, I am in Boulder, Colorado for the past couple of weeks. And I hate to spoil your fun, but it's 70s.
Oh, man.
Oh, gosh.
I think it actually did get up in the 30s today, and stuff. So we did get some melting of this horrible blizzard snow that we got
just
on
a little
the
bit
ground,
of it. Just made everything wet, essentially. But
and sloppy.
We are having a summer-like warm-up next week. Will be 42 degrees. So we're talking about shorts, tank top, flip-flops.
Right.
Beaches, things like that.
Oh, yeah,
so,
yeah. Here in Minnesota, you got to take what you can get,
Take what you can get, because spring is...
What did you say, 42 degrees? Did I hear that right?
42 is going to be the expected high, give or take. Wow. So to us...
That's shorts weather here,
that's shorts weather. To us, though, that, coming out of minus, 25, minus 30... degree temperatures, that we're talking, 90 degrees here. This is, it's just amazing. It's a heat wave. So, you have to try to enjoy it as much as possible because the actual spring and summer only last 4 days. So, you gotta get things,
Well, you
gotta get things going.
Anytime.
Pretty much.
But enough of my silly banter about the crazy Minnesota weather. Let's get right to it. Jennifer,
yes.
I know that you have been dying to ask some questions right off bat.
Oh, yes. Well, Simeon, first off, can you tell us a little bit about yourself for those people that don't know you?
Yeah, well, I had a UFO sighting when I was about 11 or 12 with my mom in the Everglades in sunny Florida.
Ooh.
And it was an object that was over us while we were bird watching. My mom was a bird watcher, and she took me down to Florida, and this thing was like, I still remember it like it was just yesterday. It was blurry, and it didn't look right. It just didn't look right. But it had structure in it, but it was blurry. You know what I'm talking about.
Right.
Yeah.
Feel right. It didn't. Yeah, and so that got my curiosity going, especially since the ranger talk that night didn't even want to discuss it with us when she asked about what people had seen during the day.
They did not want to discuss it. Is that what you said?
No, she didn't.
Wow.
My mom raised her hand and said, we saw a UFO. The ranger said, what did people see today? And the ranger just pretended like my mom hadn't even said anything.
Just hung up on that phone line, huh?
Yeah, just like, anyone else see anything,
Yikes.
And we were in the front row, so she couldn't be, she was ignoring us. And I just remember, as a young teenager, there was something wrong about the whole thing. We had seen something.
Yeah.
People next to us on the bench had seen it. I still remember the guy. He said, we saw it come out of a cloud. It was spinning. And then there was a blackout, and yet the ranger just, so even as a young teenager, I thought, something's wrong with this picture.
A smite off.
Right. I thought I saw one when I was little, too, and stuff like that. It freaked the heck out of me. I go running into my mom's bedroom and everything. I said, Mom, I think there's a UFO outside and everything. Here, it turned out that it was actually a piece of those gutters, those rain gutters or whatever. It was a piece of like the rain gutters that was like hovering off of the side of the house, you know. But here,
Jeez,
you know, I was a little kid. I didn't know what I was looking
well,
at. It freaked me
quickly,
out in the middle of the night to see that glance, you know.
You know, I've you know, before I really knew what was going on, you know, when I was like, you know, 8 and 9, even younger than that, when I would come tell my mother that I saw something unusual, which I did, you know, my mom would instantly knock it down. Yeah, it you saw something different. We're not gonna hear about this, and so a lot of my UFO sightings have really gone uncharted.
Yeah, but I mean, I think ever since then I wanted to learn how to try and fly and everything like that. So I kind of like would you know, I tried to go parachuting out my window when I was 8 years old with a pillowcase.
Ooh, thank God you're still with us today. Go ahead, Simeon. I'm sorry.
But anyways,
yeah. Well, we've all had these experiences. You know, a lot of people have had these experiences. You know, so, you know, I went to graduate school in sociology, and we learn about these things. We learn about what people don't talk about that they've experienced, and we call it, in social sciences, we call it hidden events.
Oh,
and this is how sociology applies to all of this subject matter we're talking about here, is that people experience things, but there's a variety of reasons they don't bring it up in public. And one of the reasons people don't bring these things up is they're afraid of being fired by their bosses.
Yes.
If they talk about Bigfoot or UFOs or things that they really have seen. Mm-hmm. And so it creates a type of, it's a chilling effect on our discussion of paranormal phenomena. So that's my background as sociologist, statistic.
Really quick.
My view of this is that we haven't had really adult discussions about these topics. We're like kindergartners.
Right, exactly.
We just don't talk about it as a nation, as a country. You know,
we had Raymond Schmansky on last night. I don't know if you know of him,
well,
but
Wednesday
Wednesday, we were discussing just that, how people are somewhat afraid to come out and talk about these type of things because they're afraid of repercussions, or like you said, being fired, or even as much as being called crazy or insane, or one of those UFO people, or whatever, you know, you may have seen, paranormal, you know, things like that. They're afraid. They're afraid to come out.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Which actually...
No, it's true. We don't, and it leads us to have a distorted view of reality, because we don't know how many people are experiencing this phenomena on a part-time or regular basis, and it's big and it's serious, because it just means our sense of reality is very distorted from what's actually going on. And so it matters, because in the long run, these things develop in history, and it can take 100 or more years just for society to figure out what's going on. I mean, just look at Copernicus and Galileo.
Right.
Realizing that the Earth was not the center of the universe, literally.
Yeah.
And how much hostility and antagonism they experienced from the Vatican at the time, right? So,
people flipped out.
Oh yeah. You know, if it's not in the norm, you know, it's completely either not true, or you're an outcast or something like that.
Well, the thing is that change is usually unwelcome in most cases.
Right, but see, the weird thing is that change is always happening in our world. You know what I mean? Which actually...
It is.
It brings me to the next question here. One of the questions is, now we know that there's a lot going on in the world, okay? And a lot of it can be explained by science, so we think, okay? But it always seems to come back to Einstein's theory of relativity. So how does the theory, in your opinion, pertain to your research that you have done?
Oh, well, thanks for asking me about that, because that's the subject, as you're probably aware, of my latest YouTube video on my YouTube channel.
Yes.
And people can just put my name in to find my YouTube channel.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, after a quarter century of research and putting all the pieces together and connecting all the dots, right?
Yep.
It really appears that what some paranormal phenomena are is literally different frames of reference within our own reality that have their own speed of light.
Right.
It's different from ours.
Yep.
And this is what Hal Puthoff talked about in 2018 at the IRVA SSE conference in Las Vegas, is that they had determined in OSAP, which is the government UFO program, that existed in a few years from around 2008 to 2011. But there were more programs, and Hal told us there's always been UFO study programs, even if the public wasn't aware of them.
Right.
That they realized that some of these UFO materials literally bend space-time because they change the permittivity of free space, the ability of materials to resist electrical fields. And without insulators and conductors, we wouldn't have this technology that's allowing this conversation to happen right now,
Right.
or your
Exactly.
show.
Yep.
All the time. Some things conduct, some things insulate, and we can control it and create circuits. Well, that all sort of changes once you realize that permittivity is not constant, it's fluctuating, and someone has figured out how to change the permittivity of materials to turn them into waveguides, which, if you change permittivity, and there's another factor called permeability, a magnetic constant.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Those are what determine the speed of light. And so if you have technologies and species and life forms that can change their permittivity or their technology's permittivity, they're going to be operating in a different speed of light than we are. And it turns out that Einstein proposed that idea back in 1907. If you do your research, he talked about a variable speed of light.
Right.
He was talking about it in terms of how gravity could change, speed up, or slow down the velocity of light.
Exactly.
But we know that it can happen in different ways. He didn't know about reverse engineered UFO technology back then. But if you put it all together, Jennifer, you come to the startling conclusion that a lot of what we call paranormal is actually just a function of special relativity theory.
Yes.
Yep.
Which means that we're surrounded by life forms and other intelligent species
Yep. Other
that are in a
international-
different frame of reference than we are.
Right.
And it would make them look strange from our point of view. And here's, guys, this is what I found out, which really blew me away. I was looking at cold fusion, so-called low-energy nuclear reaction research.
Yes.
We used to call it cold fusion, Fleischmann and Pons, University of Utah, so forth.
Okay.
There were Russian researchers over the decades that have said that their experiments always looked blurry.
Really?
Because their they were talking about the same thing Hal was talking about, and Hal didn't even know it. They were saying that the permittivity is oscillating, not like we thought about it being fixed and constant, like it is in the materials that are in the room around you right now in your computer. It's fixed, right? Like plastic has a permittivity, and wood and metal is a lower permittivity. As you go lower, it goes more towards superconductivity. But these materials are all fixed. So what these guys were talking about is once you create cold fusion, low energy nuclear reaction, you get this oscillating permittivity, which looks blurry. And how many times have we heard that UFOs and Bigfoot and ghosts, when you take a picture of them, it looks blurry? And people say, well, how come there's no good photos, right? Yeah.
Okay. Now,
that is interesting.
That leads me to another question is, do you think that we have actually discovered the process of time travel, but the government is keeping it hidden?
I don't know. But somebody has figured it out. Let me put it that way.
Somebody's figured it out. Absolutely.
Yeah, they had to.
Yeah. Someone's figured it out, and they're just zipping around us.
Well, it's
like
go ahead.
In Close Encounters. Remember they said that. Remember that line in Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Yeah, I did.
One of the characters says, "Well, they can do rings around us in space, but we're years ahead on the highway."
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And the thing I was going to say is that it's already common knowledge that you can go ahead in time in future.
Right.
But to us normal folk, you cannot go backwards in time. But I thoroughly believe I agree with Simeon, and I know that you agree with it as well. Is that I'm sure they discovered this going back in time. Not just 10 or 15 years ago, but, we're talking 40 to 45 years ago, possibly.
Well,
going back to, like, Das Bell, for instance, and things like that.
Way back in the time, there was a gentleman who had claimed that he had made a time machine from his home. But the thing is that
Art Bell had a lot of those.
He disappeared, and nobody had been able to locate him. Like he had told his story to someone. Someone got it out there, and the government heard about it, and nobody ever heard about him or his machine again.
These guys go to amazing depths to prove, or at least say they have proven. I myself, I don't know about you, Simeon. I haven't seen, the black and white facts on the table that this has taken place, but there are intriguing conversations and people talking about such things. I referred to Art Bell, and obviously people that came after him. There are plenty of people that claim that they have gone back into the future and this and that. What are your thoughts on that, if you want to elaborate back in time?
Yeah, no, let me just comment on that from my experience with it.
Yeah.
And that's from remote viewing.
There you go. I was going to ask about that.
I can't comment on all these stories that we heard from Art Bell and others. They could be true. They could not be true. We don't know.
We just don't know.
Aren't there. We're just hearing this over the radio, and we can't verify it. And that doesn't mean it's not true. It just means it's non-verified.
Right, exactly.
But where I can verify is in the RV, where we know from long-term experiments in predicting financial markets a couple days ahead of time.
There you go. That's correct.
Attempted to do this have made money, in some cases a lot of money, predicting the markets in commodities or futures or options and things like this. And so Greg Kolodziejczyk being the best example of this, where he did over 5,000 experiments for 13 years, trials.
Okay.
5,000 trials. And he was able to get a 65-70% hit rate over a decade, guys. You can't do that.
That's more than half.
Viewing in the future. So we're talking about short-term viewing the future, like a week ahead.
Wow.
Not years ahead, just a week. But if that is true, it really suggests that, what you guys are suggesting, this time travel, that at a minimum, you can mentally do it.
Yes.
The implications of that is pretty huge.
Even for a week.
The future exists now. The future exists now.
Could it possibly be you going into a state of high consciousness at that time to do the time travel?
It could be. It just doesn't seem like that's necessary, because all you're doing is viewing pictures and describing what picture you're going to be shown at a later date. And you set the pictures up so that if the market goes up, you view one picture, and if the market goes down, you view another picture.
Right.
And all you do is describe what are you going to be seeing on Friday afternoon at a certain time. And everyone who's done it that way has found that Al Putoff had his group do it, Russell Tartt. I've spoken to people that were in these groups at Stanford and so forth. to me, and there's also Daryl Bam's presentient experiments. I'll just describe this very quickly. He just had groups of pictures, some of which were neutral and some of which were emotional.
Right.
And what Bam and others have shown us is that you unconsciously react to the photo before you see it. If it's a dull photo, there's no reaction, and if it's sort of sensational or erotic or somewhat
right
emotive, your skin response will change before the computer has selected the picture and shown it to you a second later. So what this suggests is that time isn't what we think it is.
Time, being a human construct,
open to us than we think.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, you were talking about implications and things like that, but just going a week into the future, however you might do it, that could cause just devastating consequences for people in our situation now,
Right.
So, it is something to really consider. I mean, there have been people that have foreseen tragic accidents.
Right.
And have not gotten on planes because they saw what was going to happen.
Well, go ahead.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say,
it's just very big.
I was going to say real quick, we were just talking about this before the show came on. There was a gentleman who claimed by numerology, that you may have heard of this gentleman, but he out in, I do believe, I want to say California. No, it might have been Portland, Oregon. He had predicted the NCAA Final Four and championship.
Wasn't it San Francisco?
No, it wasn't San Francisco. It was Portland. But he predicted everything correctly. I mean, it was spot on. And that just kind of reminded me of going into the future a week and a half, 2 weeks possibly. Because really, I mean, if you're just your average person, how the hell did you figure that out?
Well, it suggests, I mean, you could come up with your own explanation, guys. To me, it just suggests that what we call the future is already happening now.
Yeah, and everything's kind of, I don't want to say jam-packed together, but everything is happening at the same time in sort of a way, There's an actual saying for it. I can't recall it right now, but time is time is time. I think the movie Arrival touched on that a smite. Jennifer?
Right, I think it did. Yes, now, I just want to say something I think that should be said. It doesn't mean the future is completely fixed.
Right.
It's not like it's deterministic. It means that there are multiple branches. And there are probabilities of you ending up in one branch versus the other. And this is why it's not 100% accurate when people view it. It's because it's just changing, but there's likelihoods, and this is why people can predict the stock market. And I mean, I think Greg Kalajic proved this by making what he said was about $140,000 over 13 years of trading using nothing but RV.
Wow.
So it shows us that there are these linkages, which none of us were ever taught about, really, were we? I mean, but I think it shows that it's real.
Right.
Yeah, I like I said, I fully believe in that. It's definitely more than 50-50. It's not a flip of the coin, so to speak. Yeah, go ahead, Jennifer.
Now with your
No, it's not a flip of the coin.
Right. With the remote viewing and stuff like that, you're concentrating with your mind, so wouldn't you say that you are, in a way, using your consciousness?
You're using your awareness to describe your perceptions.
Okay.
But it's not coming from the conscious mind. You have to get the conscious mind out of the way so that the data flow without the conscious mind's judgment. Because it's very it's very good at filtering out things that it doesn't believe in. So it's learning how to have the conscious and the unconscious minds work harmoniously together.
Okay.
So that your conscious mind, which is so good at blocking things out, it has to for your survival every day, for your sanity,
Right.
you have to block things out. Yeah, you can't pay attention to every little thing. I mean,
Right, yeah. You'll end up on medication.
So how hard is it for a person to learn how to remote view?
It's not hard at all, and I was surprised that I could learn it in a week. I mean, I have courses on my website. People are welcome to try it, even for free. I have a mini class.
We'll definitely post that up.
Videos.
Absolutely.
People, if you just go to resonantviewing.org,
Okay.
resonantviewing.org, or learnrv.info, learnrv.info. They both go to the same place.
Okay.
I have, a free mini class where we actually go through a session. I give you the basic instructions and you try it out for yourself. And then I have some paid classes which are more involved for people that want to do some more training, and there are options where I can work with people too. But the main point is, it isn't hard as I thought it would be. I didn't even believe in this, guys. I was just out of graduate school, and I had been an assistant professor. I mean, they don't train you to believe in this stuff, believe me.
Right.
Yeah.
But it worked because I could see the results from myself and everyone in the class in 1996 when I took it just to find out as an open-minded skeptic if it was real, and it turned out to be real.
Wow. Now, with, I have a few questions here quickly about remote viewing. Depending on how good you are, or if there's levels, this is something that you could probably learn by going to that website and whatnot of yours that we will post on NTRN Facebook for people that want to check that out with Simeon Hein. But, depending on how good you are, would I say we're in the Cold War era still, would I be able to be in a room and actually view, say, the Soviet Union fueling a mobile nuclear launching unit and where it's at?
Yes, there would be some people that would be good enough to do that and give you an exact description.
Really? So
I'm not one of them, but there are people that worked in our programs and in the Soviet programs and in the Chinese programs that we know about they were just very good at doing this. I mean, in our country we had Joe McMonagle, who could do such things as you're talking about, Ingo Swann, Pat Price. Pat Price was able to identify the getaway car and location of the Patricia Hearst kidnappers, and in a mug shot book in the San Francisco PD of hundreds of people point his finger at exactly the ringleader. Thank you.
Wow.
So then there are levels.
They just gave him a mug book and he picked out the guy. It turned out to be right. They found the getaway car exactly where he said it was in the San Francisco area. So there were people in that program. The average person has some ability, but there are people that just seem especially good at it, just like any other skill.
And you mentioned Russia and China. They have very similar programs to what we're doing as well, or what we were doing, supposedly.
Well, they had much more than we did.
Really?
Much, much more.
Okay.
Yes, I read recently that the KGB had 21 institutes devoted towards studying these subjects.
Wow.
And it wasn't just RV, it was remote influencing and PK. And these things always are never totally controllable as any government agency would want them to be.
Right.
But no, the Soviets and the Chinese, because they didn't have the religious belief obstacle to believing in such things.
Right,
in the
exactly.
U.S., there was always a suspicion that such things are demonic or satanic.
Demonic,
Right.
burning the witch.
Counter to the Judeo-Christian ethic that we grew up in. With,
Right.
Most of us grew up with in this country, and there was always a suspicion of it, especially from religious grounds within Congress and within the Pentagon. So it was not nearly developed here as much as it was in Soviet Union. And China, that book, China Super Psychics, by Paul Dong.
Yes.
I mean, he went through, some of these people could, like, become invisible.
Yeah,
They
insane.
could become invisible. They could make tickets, speeding tickets, disappear out of the cops' hands.
Right.
Speeding tickets, stuff like this. So, yeah, I mean, we're talking about developing this into a PK ability to manipulate matter. And it was more developed. Now, why those countries did not get ahead of us? Because communist countries tend to be highly corrupt.
Yeah.
And it got
things
in the
fall
way
down.
of the Soviet Union, and it got in the way of communist China. And those countries had more developed programs and science, but it just couldn't develop into anything because their political system was such, insipid, paranoid warfare.
There's so many blockades.
So we had less, but we have a more developed economic system that can take these things and develop them over time.
Right,
exactly.
So, why do you think the CIA stopped using, CIA and FBI, they stopped using remote viewers?
For exactly these reasons. There was pressure from Congress to defund it.
Oh.
It was from the fundamentalists within Congress and within the Pentagon. I mean, I have heard this, guys, from even people that worked at NASA on exobiological life, biological life from meteorites and so forth.
Yeah.
And even within NASA, there was great resistance to believing and looking at that sort of data. So it also applied to it. The RV program ended for political reasons, not because it didn't work. There was a time in the mid-'90s, I don't know if you guys, what ages you were in the mid-'90s, but,
in my teens.
It was, so there was a lot of pressure to cut fat from the budget in the government.
Yeah.
And they had the William Proxmire Awards.
That's correct.
A senator that would give awards to what he considered the most ridiculous funding programs.
Yeah.
And so it can look good within government to do stupid things.
Oh, yeah.
Because you can look as if you're doing something to your constituents, like you're saving us from something stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And this has happened within our history over and over again. Just think of all the stupid things that governments do.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's happening now.
Yeah, it's politically motivated, like McCarthyism, okay?
Yeah, exactly,
there
McCarthyism.
Were very few communists that they ever brought in front of their hearings in Washington. Yes, the Soviets were the bad guys, and they were undermining our society if they could. But there weren't as many of them as McCarthy suspected. And it wasn't ordinary people. I mean, we're talking about people under deep cover that you would never suspect, not people you brought in front of those hearings. And that type of thing really damaged science a lot. There were very good scientists that were damaged by those McCarthy hearings. That's an example of what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You always get people that want to pick on something that looks weak. And the remote viewing program, because it's a type of new science, and we didn't totally understand it then, we're still figuring it out. It's an easy target.
Yeah. And it's such a United States. Morale, they're trying to keep morale at its highest point, as they possibly can at all times. Right. So, unfortunately, though, that is no longer working. That was the whole big thing of it, is that the United States, number one, you had to think that in your head if you were an American citizen. We are number one. We are better than you in some sort of manner or way.
In 2 years, I will be releasing from a former CIA agent. He has to wait until he's ready for retirement. But he has a very, very great plan and patent of how to bring remote viewing back into CIA.
Okay.
So that's going to be very interesting.
No, I'm encouraged by hearing there's a great documentary called Third Eye Spy. I'm not affiliated with it. It's just the best remote viewing documentary to come out by Lance Mungia and Russell Tard, who worked at SRI in the RV program. People should watch Third Eye Spies to see the full history, and you'll see how accurate it can be.
Would that be Amazon Prime or?
Yeah, anywhere.
Okay.
Third Eye Spy.
Any video streaming service.
Gotcha.
Okay. Now, Simeon, the way technology is changing constantly and how we are constantly...
Exponentially. Just
right.
Beyond
fast. I mean, we're experimenting with AI, and it's actually basically growing.
Anybody see Terminator? Just curious about that.
Is it possible that the more and more we experiment with it, the more of a threat we can give our future?
The more of a what we can give our future?
Threat. Like more of it can be a threat to our future?
Danger.
Well, it's a threat to our creativity. That's what it's a threat to. Because the danger always is that people start to rely on devices instead of using their innate abilities.
Yes.
And it can change so quickly, the technology, that we forget to do things that we always knew how to do. Like, do you know people who can't navigate anymore except if they're looking at their screen in their car or their phone?
Yeah, it blows
I
my
know people
mind.
like this. Even just navigating around town, they need to look left or right. So what they're losing is a sense of direction. And I'm just using that as an example. There's unintended consequences of technology that can affect us, I would say, Jennifer, in ways that, I don't know if it's a threat, but we could say these are ways that we don't consider to be beneficial, like the way people get distracted when they're driving by all the gadgets in their cars and stuff. And we've had an increase in civilian casualties, pedestrians. Over the years. It hasn't been going down, it's been going up because people are so distracted.
That's right.
Even pedestrians,
Just
So
devices.
just examples. There's technology is a double-edged sword. Now, in the U.S., we really believe in technology as the savior of our society because it reduces redundant work, and we all believe that's a good thing, not to have to just do the same things monotonously as much as we had in the past.
Yeah.
We have water now and food and things that used to be very difficult to come by. So we believe in it, but we have to remember it's a double-edged sword, and it can bite you in ways you didn't expect. And my particular concern is how it changes how we do things without looking at it. Creating monocultures in agriculture, for example, right?
Yes.
Or even in our microbiome within our body, which is less complex than it was in the past because of modern food. And the chemicals in modern food are not always friendly to our internal gut microbiome, the microbes that live within us that are not human cells. They're symbiotic organisms.
Very true.
Organisms that do something for us and we do something for them.
The taste signals go to your brain, really.
It's just not something we think about.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
go ahead, I'm sorry.
Do you think that, let's see here, the way, everything is happening with the world today, and like with schools, with racism being in schools, bullying, all that stuff, the transgender, everything like that. Having a PhD in sociology, how exactly is that affecting, or will that affect our children in the future, mentally, physically, job-wise, emotionally, everything like that?
Like a generation or two from now.
Well, that's a really big question. Again, it's a sort of two-sided thing. I mean, because we have new ways of communicating that didn't exist when I was a kid.
Right.
We can expose things. We can expose things that was hard to expose before, like bullying and racism. And we can make this more transparent and see what's going on, which to me seems like a beneficial thing.
Yeah, it seems like a good idea. At the top of
all of the social media seems to be creating a type of pressure on kids.
Right.
It's
Self-esteem pressure.
raising how they appear, what they look like. They always are going to be people that are smarter than you or better looking or something. And now that we have social media, you can just see this instantly on your screen, and it can make you feel like you're not good enough because you're constantly comparing yourself to what you're seeing.
They control the narrative now.
And so, what's that?
They control the narrative now in more ways than we ever thought.
Yeah, it's being controlled by social media companies that are really motivated by profit and making people addicted to using their services more than having a beneficial outcome. So the effect on kids, it seems, is creating more psychological issues where kids increasingly feel stressful, they feel depressed, in ways that you and I didn't feel when we were kids.
Right.
Just because there's more to keep up with, and the bullying, for example, we can expose it, but now it can happen on Twitter, on social media, right?
Yep.
And we know this has caused a lot of distress and some suicide.
Yeah.
A lot of suicide among younger people because they can get attacked online, where before, when you went home at the end of the day in high school, right, no one could get to you.
Right.
Yeah, it was like a sanctuary. Your home.
They could get to you, but you know what I mean? You were like safe in your home.
Yeah.
But now that's not true anymore because you have your phone. You have phones. It's coming at you.
So
all
many
day
ways
long. So
to get into your home now.
Again, exactly. It's a double-edged sword, and it's just something we need to think about rather than just assuming, well, more technology is better. It isn't always better.
Right.
No,
some things are better slowing down than speeding everything up, and that's what I would say.
Yeah, I agree with the whole slowing things down. I think we're going ultra fast with it all right now.
Yeah.
So much so that it's literally a daily basis. Things are changing, and it's quite shocking to be honest with you. But when I was younger, a few things I wanted to touch on is that when I was younger, getting bullied, there was a few people that I hated. Okay, hate's a harsh word, but I wanted to avoid them.
Yeah.
Okay, this was something that a lot of my friends went through. Bullying. Okay, it was something that so I would avoid them and whatnot, and a few other things. Now, but they've changed it now in a way to where. Being bullied is made, for example, using bullying, is being made into this this horrible game that all these children are playing, and children are being injured and hurt and killed and this and that, and it just seems like it's like slow it down just a little bit.
It's all for social media. It's not right.
The same thing is technically happening as far as bullying and this and that. Nothing much has changed. It's the same. It's the culture that has been created, the narrative that's been created, that is making these changes. It's not necessarily changing when you're face to face with it. Yeah. It's what you're reading and hearing now on the news or whatever have you. People don't even do their own research anymore, for God's sakes. And it's, they listen to, CNN, for God's sakes, is how they get their news and information. And it's just amazing to me. And then this whole movement with transsexual things as far as children go. I mean, this is absolutely mind-boggling to have things like Drag Queen Story Hour. I don't want to get too off track, but it's, my God, it's just because, I knew plenty of people in high school, again, that had a time period of, say, a year, even two, where they were confused, where they, I feel kind of weird, or this and that. Right away, though, the school did not descend upon you and say, well, you must be a boy, Or
Yeah.
you must be a girl then,
Right,
and
right.
we're going to change you whether we get permission from your parents or not.
Yeah.
These are normal things that you go through as
Yeah.
a teenager. And like I said, I
Right.
go back to the whole thing that it is going at light speed, and it needs to be slowed
Right,
down.
right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's
Right.
my 2 cents. Okay.
I think it's a good point.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
point.
Exactly. So one thing is, have you ever stopped to think that, we keep researching these pyramids and these monuments that are left behind from our ancient ancestors or the ancient people, and stuff like that. But have you ever thought to think that maybe they're almost like warning signs or maybe tools for the future and not so much to do with the past?
Could be.
Well, this is something I've been looking into recently in my study of dark matter
Okay.
and other types of
dark matter,
energy
yes.
that we're interacting with that science is just coming to grips with over the past couple decades.
That's right.
Matter that's not visible but has energy that we know outnumbers ordinary matter by a factor of 10 to 1.
Yeah.
And, right, so it appears that some of these ancient monuments and megaliths and so forth had a purpose that we forgot as modern people, thinking we're so smart and we know everything. They seem to have an energetic component to them, including the Great Pyramids in Egypt,
Right.
where they had a very interesting electromagnetic field
Okay.
based on their pyramidal shape. And I haven't visited the ones in Egypt, but I visited the pyramids in Mexico on a number of occasions. And the pyramidal shape does seem to create certain types of what are called magnetic moments that are not ordinary, not just dipole moments, which were used to positive and negative, but a more complex type of electromagnetic arrangement. And that arrangement does seem to interact with dark matter. And this was something that Zeldovich started talking about in 1957 in the Soviet Union, and later reinforced by another Soviet researcher, Dubovik. And these folks, they went way ahead of where the U.S. was in this, realized that there were certain types of magnetic configurations called toroidal moments or fractal toroidal structures, self-similar structures that they don't create a field like we're used to, like a radio wave transmitting. They create a vector potential, which is something that's part of quantum mechanics.
Okay.
So it does appear that maybe the ancient peoples knew about this.
Right.
And were building things, and we forgot. It's not inconceivable that people forget things over centuries. I mean, I think I remember reading there were certain types of chemicals and dyes that we don't know how to make anymore that people knew how to make hundreds of years ago, natural dyes and things, and many other things like that. So it wouldn't be surprising, Jennifer, if that's true, that these, not that they could be part of our future again, but they may represent something that we forgot.
Okay. Well,
believe it or not.
Like I was actually kind of thinking that maybe the pyramids might actually represent, like I said, a tool for the future. Like maybe something bad's going to happen to our world or something, and we're going to need to use the pyramids as solar energy or something like that, you know?
I mean, that's always possible because we don't know exactly what's in our future. But I think we can say that we're getting a handle on what may have been going on energetically even 5,000 years ago.
Yes.
We were told that we're told that the saints could perform miracles back then. Remember?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And maybe it wasn't. I mean, academics like me always assumed it was some sort of urban legend or so forth, but maybe it actually happened. Maybe they could levitate and
we weren't there to say yes or no.
Right. They just knew things that we have forgotten because modern people, we lose touch with some of nature's inherent wonders.
That's right.
Because we're so mechanistically oriented, and maybe people back then knew how to. Maybe we're discovering things that people used to know more about.
Exactly, and I'd love to talk more about that. Simeon, are you able to stay for 30 more minutes?
No, guys, I'm afraid I'm fading out. I'm not a late night person.
Okay, no problem.
In about 5 minutes, but we could do another show another time.
That would be perfect. I do want to set up
awesome.
another show another time where we could talk to you for at least 2 hours. So many more questions, just a multitude of questions I want to ask. And Jennifer.
Earlier next time.
Start a little earlier.
Yeah, we'll start way earlier next time for you. But, go ahead.
I just want to say, people can go to my blog, newcrystalmind.com.
Newcrystalmind.com.
And you can find my latest books. My latest book is about dark matter and cryptids and Bigfoot and things like this. So if you go to newcrystalmind.com, you can see the latest stuff that I'm involved with.
And
Perfect.
Thank you very much for the wonderful book. We enjoyed it.
Oh, yes, absolutely. And I wanted to say, if there's any additional information, even the information that you gave now, if you want to send that to me on my email, I will make sure that goes up on NTRN Facebook and the chat group and all those other wonderful sites, so people know exactly where to go.
Do I have your email?
Yeah, I think you do. If not, I will make sure you get that within the very near future.
Yes, I will text it to you.
Had a great time. A wonderful Saturday night, and I hope you have a wonderful Easter as well.
Thank you so much, Simeon. You have a wonderful night.
Thank you too, folks, and we'll talk again soon. Yeah.
Okay, bye-bye, Simeon.
Yeah. Bye.
Okay, that was Simeon Hein. We, though, unfortunately have to go to a break. I am so sorry, everybody. Simeon cannot stay any longer, so that means we are going to switch this bad boy to an NTRN Daily Saturday Night Edition. But I do promise you we will have Simeon back sometime very soon, and we'll get all the information to you as well as soon as we can. This is now an NTRN Daily. We'll be right back.
We've been on and off, in and out, up and down too many times. Now it's time. Show me what you got. Some say that it's the little things. I say that it's a big old ring. Anything to hear you say I do. It ain't the way that you see me. It ain't the way that you kiss. It ain't the way that you please me. It's just the way that it is. The way
Hey, everybody, this is Daniel Brewer live with you, host of Night Talks Radio and NTR Daily. I hope you're enjoying our broadcast tonight, but I got a few things I need to tell you. Folks, if you got a single patriotic bone in your body, you absolutely need to check out our conservative buddies at PatriotShit.com. That's right. I said PatriotShit.com. Patriot Shit Outfitters have a wide range of high-quality American-made products. None of that communist Chinese crap. Patriot Shit Outfitters have awesome, high-quality patriotic patches, as well as super patriotic gun holsters. Even for those of us who have the Glock 19X. Customizable, you say? That's no problem at PatriotShit.com. Say you want your specific constitutional rights, or even the Bill of Rights. customized on your gun holster. PatriotShit.com can do it. Mega fan? Trump just announced his 2024 presidential bid. If you want to show your support, Patriot Shit Outfitters can do that for you by customizing your gun holster with, say, Trump 2024. But that's just the tip of the iceberg, folks. Patriot Shit Outfitters have patriotic flags. How about a little Don't Tread on Me and much, much more? They also have the Incredible Sharpie. The Incredible Sharpie is simply amazing. Say you're trapped in floodwaters or go off a bridge into the water and your car is sinking. Just break out the Incredible Sharpie and slam it to the window. That window will break. You'll be able to sneak free and swim to get that life-saving air. On top of that, people around you in public won't even know that you have a weapon on you. So, since Biden told the left to attack any Republicans or conservatives, they won't have a clue. Oh yeah, and for those patches that I spoke about earlier, you gotta have a place to put them, right? PatriotShit.com has adjustable mission caps with loop area for morale patches. Not to mention shirts as well. Also, multi-purpose bug-out bags, along with multi-purpose backpacks. Need some stuffing stockers for Christmas? Why don't you get the family a few bracelets? Bracelets that say, "Fuck Biden." The perfect family Christmas gift. And of course, PatriotShit.com works exclusively with Glock. Also, for law enforcement, they have handcuffs. And those few items that I just mentioned are simply just the beginning. So get up, get off the couch, head to your computer, and type in PatriotShit.com. Purchase everything that you need, and then at checkout, type in the code REDWAVE24 for 10% off orders over $10 or more. Again, that's REDWAVE24 for 10% off $10 or more in purchases. On behalf of Patriot Shit Outfitters, this is Daniel Brewer from Night Talks Radio. Go get conservative.
You know the drama is never ending. Don't let it get the best of you. And all the fake friends just keep pretending. That's how the little things get huge. Paralyzing every part. Oh, you feel it taking over you. To the center of your core. The lies are getting overused. When you are under the weather, getting caught in the storm. Do you remember? I told you if we dance in the blizzard, we are not getting cold. So keep on dancing, baby. I know the feeling, it's traumatizing. I fall apart piece by piece. No superheroes, no silver linings. Just keep on moving to the beat. Paralyzing every part. Oh, you feel it taking over you. To the center of your core. The lies are getting overused. When you are under the weather, getting caught in the storm. Do you remember? I told you if we dance in the blizzard, we are not getting cold. So keep on dancing, baby.
Streaming to you live from Spreaker.com and somewhere deep in the great upper Midwest. If you're ready for a ride, you can call NTR anytime by dialing the nationwide caller line at 1-507-384-9390. First-time callers can reach Night Talks Radio at 1-507-307-4424. Text Daniel and NTR exclusively at 1-218-689-7126. Now, from somewhere in the great upper Midwest, here's your hosts, Daniel Brewer and Jennifer Gregerson.
When you're down on your luck, you can make it without love. We all fall hard.
That's right. Without love, we would all fall down. But thank God we have plenty of love around here at the NTRN studio, because I have a wonderful fiance and co-host and co-producer and co-pilot and, train conductor,
Yeah, sure.
police officer, fireman, Jennifer Gregerson sitting next to me. Jennifer, say hello.
Hello, everyone.
And of course, if you joined us at the beginning of the show, we had a very wonderful guest. His second time on the show. Unfortunately, his time was a little bit limited. We were only able to have an hour with him, but we will have him back as well to hopefully cover 2 hours. An hour and a half would be good. 2 hours would be amazing. And that, of course, is Simeon Hein. And just intriguing conversation, bottom line.
Yes.
There's nothing that comes out of that guy's mouth that doesn't perk my ears up.
And he keeps you just pulling you in for more and more. I mean, I really wanted him to stay longer.
I know, I really did too, but I keep forgetting that, night owls only exist apparently here in Red Lake Falls. So,
Yeah, right.
I gotta try and remember that normal people go to bed at normal bedtime hours. People like us.
What's normal?
Yeah, exactly. What's normal? I have no clue what's normal. I just know what I'm doing right now. I consider this normal. Other people look at me and go, what the fuck is wrong with you? So, yeah, we kind of got that issue. Real quick, before we move on into a very special Saturday late night NTRN Daily, transitioning from an NTRN Live with Simeon Hein, I want to let everybody know that we are going to open up one line tonight. That will be the Nation call-in line.
Just
the
one?
nationwide call-in line. That's correct. Just one tonight. And that number, if you didn't hear in the opening of the second hour, is 1-507-384-9390. That, again, is 1-507-384-9390. The nationwide call-in line for NTRN Daily. If you got questions, folks, we might just have the answer. And probably much, much more. Jennifer, what are we going to be doing now?
Oh, I don't know. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. I think we're going to open it up with a poem.
A poem! And you know what? I'm not kidding this time. Scout's honor. I'm putting the book up tonight and the poetry that you're going to read tonight. Are you doing one or two?
I'm actually just going to do one tonight. The poem is called Life's a Game. How often we feel disappointed, regret, when we fail in some sort of test. It seems that our future is hopeless, and yet it may later turn out for the best. There are nights that we worry and toss in our bed over something we fear now, befall, then find that the morning brings promise instead that we feared doesn't happen at all. And how many times when our plans go astray that we grumble resentment and chafe, the life that seems now to hold only dismay, we may one day look back on and laugh. It's all part of living.
I look back on my life and laugh all the time.
It's all part of living these problems and sorrows, but we cannot help wondering when we're feeling disheartened, perhaps by tomorrow, we will not remember them then. And that is by Josephine McLean. And the bonus is the measure of a man's life is not its length, but how well he spends it. And that is the poem.
That is the poem. That was one poem.
That was one poem.
Were you doing two poems today, or just one?
Nope, I just got one poem right now.
Okay, so there it is. Like I said, I promise to put the book and the poetry that she just read, and even let's see, today's Friday, today's Saturday, for God's sakes.
Yes.
Look at this. I think I'm caught in a time warp. Okay, Wednesday's show, the poetry that you read as well, we're going to throw up too. Okay? Because we want people to be able to see what you're reading from and what this book looks like and all that good stuff.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
So why don't we hop right into whatever you got next?
All right, hold on just one moment here. Let me just readjust here.
Readjust. Uh-oh. You got to move your balls around, or what do you got to do?
No, I have to move my computer around. I decided to use my computer today, folks, and it's more of a hassle than anything. I normally use my pen and paper, but I'm still trying to transition over. So just bear with me here. Aries, for the horoscopes for tomorrow, is Aries. Focus on money and talents today. Getting a handle on your practical affairs will be empowering. Positive changes are building, and tonight you will be overcome with desire to do or experience something new.
Ooh.
Is Aries.
All right. I'll take that one.
Taurus, you are in a great position to learn something valuable today. Your intuition for connection with others will benefit you this afternoon, and tonight there could be surprises in your love life and career.
Okay.
Like I said, this computer thing is just kind of a hassle.
Hey, you're not the only one. We were talking about that. I was talking to a nurse, okay, from, believe it or not, Cocoa Beach, Florida. I used to go there all the time with my Aunt Pat. Yeah. And so I thought that was a little funky to begin with. Maybe the universe was trying to tell me something. But she was having issues with communication, phone calls, computer, and all that stuff. And that mysterious Chinese balloon.
Yeah, right.
Was around about that area as well. To the north of her, I would say northeast of her. Right. Quite a bit of distance, but still in that general area. And they're impacted just like we are, where everything is going slow. Things are delayed. Okay, you're hearing our guests. Yeah. Asking if there's echoes and things like that. This was not happening before then. This is all happening now after what the Chinese did. And so it was just
connection issues.
Yeah, obviously. But the thing is, it's interesting and intriguing to me because of the fact that I basically, for a fact, found out now from somebody living in another area where this incident took place, is also having these same problems with their devices, streaming, connecting, phone calls, doing things online. There had to be 10, 12 times she had to say, please wait, the computer has been just blah, blah, blah. I hear that now on like a daily basis from people that I talk to.
Wow.
So, oh boy, folks, we might have a surprise in the next couple of minutes.
Uh-oh.
His first name starts with a B, his last name starts with an H. That would be for this region only.
Oh, really?
But I'm not, we'll find out. I'm not going to get everybody balls to the wall here, but we'll see. We'll see. I know everybody loves this guy. I love him. He does a great job.
Yeah?
And I'm sure he has a lot to say. I want to get him on the show as an actual guest one of these days.
Yeah, we have to.
I'm sure.
I know
we
he's
can
busy, though.
Talk about that. Well, of course he's busy. He is super busy with what he does. So.
Right.
Yeah.
I understand on that one. I mean, what he does is no picnic, I'm sure. I
can imagine.
Full of paperwork. I'm sure it's full of arguing. I'm sure it's full of back and forth decisions. And
oh God,
everything.
yeah.
So yeah.
Oh God, yeah. I would fully imagine that. But until then, I don't know if he's going to call in or not. Go ahead and proceed. Looks like we might have a phone call. Is this Brian?
Oh?
Brian, are you there? Oh, you know why? Here's the reason why he's not there, is because of this. Now Brian is there. Brian?
No.
Sir? A government official? Are you there, sir? Maybe if I change this, hold on one second. You stay right there. Oh, he hung up.
Oh, no.
He hung up.
Oh, no.
You don't want to have nothing to do with it. Oh, and you know what? I know why.
Why?
Did you hear him on? There you are, buddy. Can you hear us?
Yes,
yeah. Are you hearing us as well?
Can you hear us?
Perfect. He says he's hearing us. So bingo, bango. What's going on, Brian? Oh, well, let's see. It's 1:20 in the morning. We could talk about a lot of stuff. How about this? How has your week gone for you leading up to Easter? It sucks, unfortunately. It sounds kind of like my week, surprisingly. I can't imagine your week with the things that you do. Right. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we won't talk.
I
know.
I think you put it lightly when you said bat crazy. Yeah, this place is just insane. Yeah, you are on the air. You are live on the air, sir. Oh, no problem. No problem. Yeah. No, we're not going to announce that. Hey, Brian Holbrook was on the show big time at 1:22 in the morning. Johnson Batson. Yeah, we're not going to do anything like that. So. Understandable. Yeah. Yep. However you want to speak, however you feel you want to speak, no problem. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. That's absolutely right. Yeah, he, she.
She. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There's a lot of things that I've learned over the past couple of years that I didn't know anything about. It's surprising to me. Yeah. Yeah. Because I know before 2020, I was pretty sure that we were past that stage to where we had to use color and things again, but maybe I was wrong. Yeah. Very young, very young. Mm-hmm. No, either did I. We were all friends. That's yeah. Yep. There was never one. There was never one friend where I said, I'm sorry, I can't associate with you because you're black, for instance. It never came out of my mouth like that.
Right.
Right, exactly. You were either... I would say that you were either, for me, example, I would say that I was either Daniel, the cool guy, the cool kid, or Daniel, the asshole. You know what I mean? It was never, hey, that's Dan, the white guy who's elite and racist, which apparently... yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's right. Right.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Well, you're intelligent. Yeah, and it was, here we go. Uh-huh. Yeah, can you believe that? Can you absolutely believe that? That blows my freaking mind. I'll tell you that right now. That is one of the topics that I really, really, there's many topics that bother the hell out of me. But, if I decide, if I want to be a girl today, even though clearly I'm a male and I have a penis, I'm allowed to go into the women's bathroom? How is that? Supposed I want to do a crime, for example. Yeah. Can I then pretend that day that I had a wallet full of money and I used the money to purchase the stolen items? According to what they're telling you now, if you can be a woman just like that, well, I can create a wallet with money and say, I didn't steal, I purchased these items. It's the same thing, and it sounds so ridiculous. Obviously, that's not what I think. That's not possible. But according to the left and the things they are trying to teach not only us, but our children, okay, we're talking 5, 6, 7 years old, by the way. We're not talking 16, 17, 18. Okay, they're starting early. Okay, but this is what they're teaching them. Okay, yep. So that they have generations. Well, really, our next generation is just going to be a world full of, I hate to say it, but socialistic little lapdogs. Mm-hmm. And that's going to be it. No. Yep, it's gone. That's right. That's right. Mm-hmm. That's right. That's right. You know, same thing with sports, you know. Transsexuals, yeah. Oh, transferred, okay. Mm-hmm. It's a mental illness, Brian. That's what it is. It's a mental illness. Mm-hmm. And it needs to be treated as such. I'm not making fun of them. Okay? I'm not talking bad. I am not trying to put them in a bad light. I am just saying that out of who I am, I care about people. Go ahead. Exactly. Yeah, they were there, you know, but they weren't put on a pedestal. Here's the thing, right. Brian. It's you know, just like you said, you don't want to exclude them. Okay, everybody should be equal. Okay, equal opportunity, whatever have you. But when you start to attempt to utilize the law, okay, or judgments, or the DOJ, or whatever have you, the FBI, CIA, when you use them to force your beliefs upon what I believe, right, then we have a serious issue. Okay? And that... Mm-hmm. That's right. Everybody's created equal. I agree with that. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. No. That's right. That's right. You know, and I'm not talking to the point, you know, that I want this place to become, you know, like the Soviet Union in the 70s, for God's sakes. All I'm asking is that if you believe in one thing, that's great. Go ahead. Keep believing in that. But don't attempt to make or force me to change my thought process and my beliefs. I don't come up to you and do that. I don't tell you you need to do this in your life or act this way. So I would ask you, not you personally, but you know, the transsexuals and this and that, that you do not come to me and force what you believe upon me, because no matter what you try to do, I'm not going to believe what you believe. And most of the time, right. Well, I'm just to let you know, Brian. I'm agnostic. I grew up Catholic. Just to let you know. It is. That's right. Exactly. Nobody should. Nobody should, period. Yep. nor how they choose to live. Yeah, how they choose to live their life. You know what the thing is that we had brought up gay couples. I don't care if you want to get married or do whatever you want to do behind closed doors and this and that, whatever, man. Yeah, it's sexual beliefs. You get married and all that stuff. Do you realize that a poll was done about I would say 4 months ago now, that gay individuals, that you wouldn't even notice on the street, it would look like your average Joes, you would have no clue. You would think that they're probably best buddies, they said that they no longer want to be tied with this LGBTQ plus, equal sign -27H, whatever have you, anymore, because it's making them and their lifestyle and what they want to be and choose to be look bad. They said they don't want to have any part of this child abuse, and that's what they're calling it, when you have a drag queen story hour or forcing children to take medical pills and have multiple surgeries because they have, a month or two period in their life where they're confused a little bit. And then have to go through a life of misery. They don't want to be involved with that, and especially when the parents aren't allowed to have a say in their child's future. They said, get that away from us. We don't want that title. And so, the average gay folk, they want to get away from that. But this is of course the left, and they don't have much more to go on. Let's just be realistic. In 2024 and 2025, they don't have a direction at this point. So they can only try to cause issues as much as possible, and that's it. They have nothing else. What are you going to do? Put Hillary back in there? Right, absolutely. And I understand from your point of view. I understand that completely. Correct.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
That's absolutely correct. Oh, yeah. 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 From a legal standpoint. Yeah. Yeah, it's beyond. Well, let's put it this way: it's going to take a while to fix. A while. So, yeah. No, that's okay. Hey, this is we're online, and the terrestrial I get to edit, so you can cuss all day long. I can cut it out for the terrestrial radio station, so don't worry about that. Right. Right, exactly. Yeah, and there's always going to be those group of people that you can never do right by. Everything you do is going to be wrong in one way or another, and you will never be able to appease those people. Right. And Brian, Go ahead.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, and Brian, just so I'm clear to the audience and whatnot as well, like I said, I don't care what you do in the privacy of your own home or, how you go about your business, as long as you're not pushing it on me. That's the only thing I care about. Everybody should be equal. Yep, everybody should be equal. Everybody should be given the same rights and this and that. But, another thing that I wanted to discuss, since I had you on the phone here, is that, things that are, how do I put it? Things that are just common science, knowledge, biology. One thing that I got a little upset about is that on medical forms, having to check off whether I'm a male, a female, whatever they call themselves. There's multiple names. And it's a list of like, nearly 8 to 10 different types of. It bothers me because here's what's happening. These medical doctors who are afraid now of getting sued because they don't address them the way they want to be addressed, for example, are doing things to them that aren't supposed to be done to that body makeup. Okay, for example, a male. There are certain things that a male should not have done that's only for a female, for example. Okay? And they're having to do these things, again, because of fear, and then they're messing up these people's insides, and then those people, in turn, are coming back and suing the doctor for not knowing any better. That is the stuff that pisses me off. And there's a wide range of those things happening around the country, okay? And it just needs to stop. There's, like I said, you can do what you want with your life, but when it comes to common sense, okay, this stuff could kill you. If you tell a doctor that you're male, but your insides are female, something could be done to the point where you're going to die.
Yeah. Because
you refuse to admit to that doctor that you were somebody else. You understand what I'm trying to say there, Brian? Yeah, you certainly can. But the thing is, then I think you need to be able to sign, say, a piece of paper that states, I told the doctor this, and I do not hold the doctor accountable. Yep. Yes. Oh, you were in the medical profession. I didn't know that. Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah, that would be the first thing I would think of too, yeah. Yeah, that shouldn't be in your mind at all.
Well,
you know what I mean?
What I don't understand is they're spending all this money on protesting and everything like that. Why they don't just start their own school?
Well, then again, you take away.
Then they can, they can preach all they want to people who want to be, just like them and everything like that, and they can teach the stuff that they want to teach and everything like that. Just start your own school. Right.
Yeah, they certainly do.
Especially in this
and another issue with the school systems is that, they can hang, say, a Black Lives Matters flag or a transsexual flag, but you cannot hang the American flag or, say, Tread on Me flag. That's really disappointing to me. I believe it's disgraceful, as a matter of fact. Yep. And don't forget, blocks of February. Yep. Yeah, puts them on a pedestal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah, really, and these women aren't very pleased with what's going on with these, transsexual switching from male to female and dominating their sports. There's like, we can't possibly participate because the male is, it's common sense. The male is genetically made to be better in most capacities than a female. And, yeah. Budweiser, yeah. Oh, I know Budweiser very well. Yes. Up until 2019, I knew Budweiser very well. I drank Labatt.
Yeah.
He's got quarters on his thing. Oh, yeah. It's these companies, I watch them fall one by one. They want to feminize males as much as possible. 10 years ago, if I was to go into, say, the liquor store in town in Thief River Falls, great place, by the way. I enjoyed that place so much back in the day. Friendly people, great service. But anyhow, there was beer. Beer. I wanted beer. Okay, and I could pick myself up a 24-pack of Labatt Blue or Molson or whatever have you, and I could bring it home and I could enjoy myself thoroughly. Now, I have to dig through the Bud Light seltzer drinks and, these hard Mike's raspberry, light calorie, whatever have you. It's all about demasculation. They don't want you to be acting as if you're a male. They don't want you to be the protector. They don't want you to be all these things, the head of the household, or make the most money, or take care of your family. This is what they want the girls to do now. This is stuff that I grew up with. This is the only way I know. Okay? Is that if you're a male, you take care of your girlfriend, your wife, your children, your fucking cat, for God's sakes. But what I'm saying is that now they're trying to take that all away and make it that we need to be the stay-at-home moms, so to speak. Yeah. And it's insane to me. It baffles my mind.
Right.
So it's I can't take much more of it. I really can't. And when we do these shows, because we do Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and then Saturday and Sundays, of course, with the big live shows with the guests and whatnot. These topics, and in the chat room, you have no clue how many times we get comments about what we're talking about right now. There are people in at least the northwest region of Minnesota going into North Dakota that are just livid about this whole situation. And then, don't get me started on the Fufang project in Grand Forks, where, the governor knew about this situation nearly a year ago and didn't think it was necessary to tell the Grand Forks people. So, it's just unbelievable. Yeah, because, you always kind of want your worst enemy having some sort of facility with guard towers right next to your Air Force base that just happens to control that region's nuclear facilities. So, just mind-blowing stuff, Brian. Yeah, it's beyond that. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, oh yes, you common sense, yeah. Oh yeah. Never gonna figure it out. That's right, and you do a great job at it. Well, you push back. It is. It is a battle, and it will be ongoing until at least the presidential election. But what you do for Thief River Falls, I've told you several times before, is just amazing stuff.
I mean, I grew up in Thief River Falls.
Yeah, she grew up in Thief River Falls. I grew up near Detroit, for God's sakes.
That town needed a lot of things done to it, and since you were the mayor, you've had them done, and it's just amazing.
You've gotten her done. You got it done. And
you do a wonderful
now,
job.
I was going to ask. Oh, go ahead. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, that's, me and you have talked about that privately a few times. I have to move out of, because, I'm in Red Lake Falls now. I have to move out of, Red Lake Falls and the state of Minnesota because we're just getting destroyed financially. I've had issues in my life, the past couple of years that have stopped me from doing certain things. Those things have passed. I'm ready to move on. I'm ready to go back to the railroad and this and that. We're up and moving, hopefully by the 31st of May, to Grand Forks, North Dakota, where things are slightly better. And, I love Minnesota, don't get me wrong. I think it's a beautiful place. People like you. Minnesota needs many, many more of people like you. Let's put it that way. You need to keep doing what you're doing. What else do you do, by the way? There is something that you do. Isn't there a secondary job that you do for the region?
You have a meat market, don't you?
Oh, really? I gotta swing in there.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, that's just not possible at grocery stores, yeah. Oh, that's what it was. Okay, gotcha.
Right.
Right, exactly. Let me ask you a question. We got about 4 more minutes here. What are your plans? What are your plans once you're done with the whole political game? Oh, that's good to hear. Right, that's absolutely correct. Okay, well, I wouldn't have a problem with that. We, like I said, we need people like you to continue forth and do the battle for people that can't do the battle themselves. Especially, it's not good whatsoever, especially, I wish we had more time. We need to get you on the show as a guest, so we do have more time, by the way. But since we have little time, I'll just touch on it for a moment. But the whole COVID thing, you want to talk about a money grab.
Yeah,
Exactly.
right.
Yeah, that was just a field day. Oh yeah. You know what right? Yeah. Right. Exactly. The thing is that a lot of people either don't care to look it up or want to listen to CNN too much or that Dr. Fauci. But coronavirus is natural. It's out there just like the cold and the flu. Go ahead. Yeah. Yeah, I don't need to have anybody tell me. That's right. That's absolutely right. I'll put it this way: positivity breeds positivity. So if you wake up in the morning and the first thing you think about is positivity during your day, well, guess what? You're going to have positivity during your day.
Yep.
That's right.
Mind over matter.
Yep, it is truly mind over matter. Go ahead. Right, which is explainable. Oh, jeez.
Jesus.
There you go. And no, it's not. It is. Here's how I think about things. If you want to do it, if you personally want to do something, okay, then you're going to do it. Okay, you don't have to go to a fucking group. You don't have to go to this and that. If you want to do it, you're gonna do it. Okay, I don't mind telling you that about 4 years now I was a very heavy drinker. Okay. Yep. And on December 31st of 2019, I told myself I'm done. And I stopped drinking that day, and I haven't drank since. I also stopped smoking cigarettes that day after being a smoker of nearly 20 years. I quit cold turkey. I actually stopped drinking. Oh, well, thank you very much. I also stopped drinking caffeine, pop in general, and started drinking. I'm telling you. Yeah, I know it's hard for most people. But here's how I can explain myself real quickly in this last minute or so. I am one of those type of folks that if I have it in my head, number one, I'm going to do it. Number two, if the original railroad offer that I got was going to be essentially cross-country. It was going to be in Huntsville, near Huntsville, Alabama. Okay? I got the offer, and I saw it, and I said, yep, this is what I'm doing. I'm packing everything up, and I'm going. Not many people can do that, can just up everything up and go. Me, I can. And if it's for something beneficial that will better my family, better me, better my lifestyle, that's what I'm going to do. Other people might have to think about this and that and blah, blah, blah. Don't waste your time on that. Just go and do it. If it's going to make things beneficial for you, go and do it. Get out of your comfort zone. That's what I've had to do on multiple occasions. That's how I ended up here in Minnesota in Thief River Falls. Thank God. What a great place this is. And, and now I'm moving to North Dakota. I'm just a busy little bee.
Busy bumblebee. Buzz, buzz, buzz.
So, but for sure, we will stay in touch. And like I said, I'm going to keep hounding you. We're going to get you on the show because I want to talk about a great many things.
There's a lot to talk about.
Yes, sir. Oh yes, me too. That's why I'm on radio. So yes, I will be talking to you. I'll let you have Easter Sunday. How about that? And I'll give you a buzz on Monday, and maybe we can figure something out for the coming weeks. Huh? How about that? Okay, that sounds good. All right, I had a great conversation with you, Brian. You have yourself a wonderful evening and an even better Easter Sunday.
Nice talking to you, Brian. Have a wonderful night.
All right, I appreciate it big time, and we will talk to you again soon, Brian. I'm sure people around here are gonna love this. They've been waiting. They've been waiting for you to be on the radio.
Yes.
So I'm telling you, I'm telling you, they've been saying, when you gonna get Brian on the show? When you get Brian on the show? I said I'm talking to him. He's got, he's juggling a couple things right now, So, but now it's out there, and we're gonna get you on the show in the next couple of weeks. All right, Brian, I'll let you go, pal. You are, believe it or not. Let me tell you how much a celebrity you are. Let me look at my information here real quick. You are a celebrity by, let's see. Thief River has, it looks like 1,400 people that listen to the show, the broadcast, and pretty much most of them want you on the show. So I'm not kidding. I'm telling the truth. They want you on the show. There's actually East Grand Forks wants you on the show pretty badly too, and that is in the range of 3,000 people.
They want to know if you have any plans of running for governor.
Yeah, I'm sure there's going to be a cavalcade of questions for. Yeah, I'm sure. Hey, well, you know what? You can't do much worse than Walsh, so you'll be in the right.
Well, that's why we need him as governor, to get him Walsh out of there.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Honestly, but I know. That, oh, go ahead. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
How's that?
Yeah. You see, for me, oh, go ahead. Well, you should. Yep. I I would
And
like
don't
to.
stop there,
Hold on.
Once you get governor, you can go to senator, and then after senator, you
Well,
can
we're
go up to
talking
president,
big time. Don't get the people crazy now. There's going to be about 6,000 text messages I'm getting after this show harassing me about when Brian is going to be on the damn show for real. Okay? But what I'm saying is, here's what I would say. I would say if it ever came to the point that you actually ran for governor of the state of Minnesota,
Yeah.
I would run as a libertarian.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, and you know what a libertarian is, correct? Yep, so you would be exactly where you speak of. You would simply, how can I put it, just straight out, you're for the people.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yep.
Really? The People's Party? Wow. Well, hey. Yeah. You're balanced. You're balanced, for sure. That's right. That's exactly how everybody should live. There you go. We got right here on Night Talks Radio, everybody. That is good stuff.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. That's right. It truly needs to come together, for God's sakes. Okay, Brian, I am way past my break time here, but we will do everything that we discussed, and there are many people in Northwest Minnesota that are now going to be harassing me on a daily basis about you being on the show.
I will message you on the next openings.
No, that's okay. Yeah, you don't.
That's all right.
Well, hey. That is great. I would love this to be an outlet for you to be able to talk to the people. Things that you might not be able to get out, and certain things that you do. I would love this to be a forum to where maybe you can talk more in detail, or even talk to callers, or things of that nature to explain things better. You know what I mean? Okay. All right. This sounds awesome, Brian. Okay, I'm going to let you go now. I got to hang up on you. All right, brother. We'll talk soon, okay? Okay, bye-bye, Brian.
Right.
Yes, you too, sir. Okay, that was Brian Homer. He is the current mayor of Thief River Falls, amongst other things. We, though, are way past our break. We are going to start into that break right now. Coming up next, after that wonderful conversation with Brian Homer, we'll get right back to NTRN Daily and all the news and updates you can use. and much, much more. So this is NTRN Daily. We'll be right back.
I didn't feel this way before I got here. I wanna be somebody, hanging with somebody. Can I be somebody, dancing with somebody? I wanna be somebody.
Hey everybody, this is Daniel Brewer from the Night Talks Radio Network. Hey, if you're looking for some safe, natural, and amazing products for both you and your loved ones, Valhalla Beard and Body is just the store for you. The owner, Timothy, takes pride in everything he does and makes. Having suffered from skin problems, Timothy found himself spending way too much time on products that didn't work. So just out of the blue, he made up his mind to try and attempt to make his own products. Valhalla Beard and Body has several different types of bars of soap and scents, wax melts, beard care products, and soap savers made with beeswax. Oh, and by the way, everything is homemade and made from bees rescued in Arizona. VBB now has a beard wash that you can actually use for shampoo as well. It's completely all natural and very conditioned. Not to mention brand new shave soaps. This completely unique conservative store also has exclusive bundles and kits, and soon to come, more shampoo products. So, if you're tired of wasting your money, which is worth more than life itself nowadays, head on over to ValhallaBeardandBody.net and check out some of the natural items that will leave you smelling good, looking great, and enjoying soft skin results. And remember, at Valhalla Beard and Body, satisfaction is the main goal. Tim is fascinated by Norse mythology, enjoys the outdoors, and loves America. He also gives 150% into everything he does, and takes pride in all his projects. And don't forget to click on the code NTR10 for 10% off your order. Not included are the custom soap blows. So bounce right up off that couch and over to your extremely overpriced cell phone and call Timothy McMahon at 602-622-1126. That's 602-622-1126. If your cell phone isn't within reach, immediately run to your computer and type in ValhallaBeardandBody.net and get those orders placed for handcraft soaps, beard balms, and beard oils, amongst much more. Valhalla Beard and Body is located in Gilbert, Arizona. Support the American way, the conservative way, and Valhalla Beard and Body. This is Daniel Brewer from Night Talks Radio.
Took a chance on a good thing, yeah. Now I got you on my right wing. Making love like it's casual, and you text me in the morning, you're available. Am I dreaming? Can't believe I forgot this feeling. Finally found the one in my life that I wanna be with. No more seeking. I'm sure I'll always choose you first. You're my baby, it's true. You're so damn worth, there's no one like you. Yeah, too rare to find, 'cause you're one of a kind. No words to describe the way that you shine. An angel in disguise. Oh, I wanna make you mine. One type, that's you. If like 항상 옆에 있을 테니 걱정 따위 필요 없어 Ain't going nowhere 약속 It's no joke 너 만나고 매일 기도해 our future Only with you I see the bigger picture 솔직히 우리보다 더 많은 사이 없어 You know it girl I'm sure I'll always choose you first You're my baby It's true You're so damn worth There's no one like you Yeah, too rare to find Cause you are You're one of a kind No words to describe The way that you shine An angel in disguise I wanna make you mine 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 we like bread and butter AC in the summer always make me wonder How you never get me feeling under flawless from head to toe You never hit a single wrong, no 확신 필요해, girl I got you 미래 그릴 때 always gonna include you You deserve the best, I'ma be true Put my hand on my chest like you're one of a kind No words to describe The way that you shine An angel in disguise I wanna make you mine You're one of a kind No words to describe The way that you shine An angel in disguise I wanna make you mine I wanna make you mine
Shitty car, but we hit the road. Doesn't matter where we go and destination unknown. I don't care where the motor stops. Cause when I want it, then I want it. Yeah, I want it. Oh, I want it. Let's go. Look around, where's the people at? I want a taste of the good life. Hit me with it. Right now, I'm in it. Cause when I want it, then I want it. Yeah, I want it. Oh, I want it. Let's go. And I won't look back, yeah. I don't care about the bad shit back home. It's Cincinnati, baby, I just wanna let it go. Nothing matters when we're way out here. Oh, yeah. Maybe I don't have to know your real name. I'm just addicted to the way you take the pain away. Nothing matters when we're way out here. Oh, yeah. Cincinnati, baby, Cincinnati, baby. You said, yeah, Cincinnati, baby, Cincinnati, baby.
Streaming to you live from Spreaker.com and somewhere deep in the great upper Midwest. If you're ready for a ride, you can call NTR anytime by dialing the nationwide caller line at 1-507-384-9390. First-time callers can reach Night Talks Radio at 1-507-307-4424. Text Daniel and NTR exclusively at 1-218-689-7126. Now, from somewhere in the great upper Midwest, here's your hosts, Daniel Brewer and Jennifer Gregerson.
Maybe I don't have to know your real name. I'm just addicted to the way you take the pain away. Nothing matters when we're way out here. Yeah. Cincinnati, baby, Cincinnati, baby.
Welcome back, everybody. NTRN Daily. Well, we started out as a live, then turned into a daily. But there is absolutely no problem with that whatsoever. And during hour 2, we had a very special surprise. as governor. Is that what they call him? Mayor. I was thinking about how he said he was going to run for governor. Mayor of TRF, or Thief River Falls, decided to join us, which was awesome. Brian Homer. And we had a decent conversation about a great many things, and we are going to have him on the show fully coming up in the near future. And we may even have something along the lines of a dedicated Brian Homer hour, folks. So, like a political talk with Brian Homer for like 30 minutes to an hour. That would be on either a weekly basis, every other day basis, something along those lines. We'd have to hash some stuff out, but Brian is one of my favorite people. I thoroughly enjoy talking to him, speaking to him, texting him as well. And we would love to get him on the air because I know you people out there, especially in the great upper Midwest, have plenty of questions and would love to speak to Brian Homer. So, that hopefully is in the very near future. Jennifer, you're holding the magical black book again. What do you got going on over there?
Oh, I think I found another poem I'm going to talk about.
Oh, shit.
This one is by Taboo, and it's called Peace.
Do it up.
I've climbed to the very crest of a mountain sheer and steep. Being my favorite companion is resting here by my feet. There, in the valley below me, are roads winding here and there, while all around me are bird songs. They seem to be everywhere. I've gathered bluebells and at arbutts.
Arbuttocks?
I don't know what's that?
Let me see.
Arbutus?
Where are we at?
Arbutus?
Arbutus? I have no
I
clue
don't
what
know
that that baffles me.
Yeah, arbutus.
Arbutus.
Their
Arbutus,
perfume
perhaps?
causes me to nod. For here on the crest of the hilltop, I'm close to the heart of God.
Okay. All right. I'm buying what you're selling.
Are ya?
Just a little bit.
Okay.
You got another one? Or you just...
No, I'm going to go right into the horoscopes.
Oh,
for
yeah, let's get
tomorrow.
those out of the way because Brian Homer, we went just a little bit over. We are at the 2:24 mark, but that's okay. We got a little bit of time, so
That's all right. It's always
do
fun.
your magical horoscopes.
All right. Okay, so the horoscopes for tomorrow, which is Easter Sunday, everyone. And I hope
Happy
everyone has
fucking
a wonderful
Easter.
Happy Easter, everyone.
Brian
So-
Homer, the Red Lakes County Sheriff's Department, the volunteer firefighters, EMTs, everybody out there working on a day. They're supposed to be with their family, but that is the sacrifice that they make, the job that they do. And we just want to let them know that we are very appreciative of it.
That is correct.
And yeah. So there you go.
And we're very, very grateful that you are out there keeping us safe every day. And
That's
every
damn
night.
right. That is absolutely correct. You could probably fix your disorderly conduct rules.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's another story for another day.
Yeah.
Go ahead and read your
All right.
horoscopes there.
Well, maybe if Brian becomes governor.
Yeah,
maybe
I did talk to Brian Homer about this.
All right, so
Direct it,
Aries, focus on money and talents today. Getting a handle on your practical affairs will be empowering. Positive changes are building, and tonight you will be overcome with desire to do or experience something new.
Okay.
So don't drop the soap, honey.
Was I was gonna say, never mind. You know what I was gonna say.
Oh my goodness. Yes. Okay. Anyways, Taurus, you are in a great position to learn something valuable today. Your intuition for connection with others will benefit you later this afternoon, and tonight there could be surprises in your love life and career.
So tonight, like 4:30, there could be something with your career?
Like tonight as in Sunday night.
Oh, because these are for tomorrow. Okay,
Yes,
gotcha.
correct.
All right, you have to clarify yourself or you're fired.
Gemini,
What?
don't stress yourself out today, as everything happens for a reason and everything will work itself out. Although it may not be the outcome you wanted, that just means bigger and better things are in store for you. Later this afternoon, an energy shift will help you in self-understanding, and tonight you will enjoy an event that leads you to unexpected feelings and warm memories. Cancer, today is an excellent time for some helpful conversations and working on some long-term goals. Teaming up with others can be rewarding at work, and this afternoon and tonight can be an excellent time as well for new ideas, dreams, and plans. Leo, today you will feel motivated to pursue your goals, and your creativity will show you more this afternoon. Later tonight, new approaches can help you with any situations that are bothering you, and in turn will help you release your tension. Virgo, today will be a good time for work. Today will be a good time for working on new ideas and new ways to help you reach your goals. Also, sharing your ideas at work will help you in your productivity. And later this afternoon, something or someone will inspire you to move forward more on your future plans. Tonight, take time for yourself and relax. Libra, you will be filled with good energy today and open to new ideas and possibilities. This afternoon, you may feel a little overstimulated, so grounding yourself may be great. Later tonight, your intimate relationship or emotions may heat up and wake up feelings that have been buried for quite some time.
Ooh, really?
Yes. I don't know if that's good or bad. Scorpio, you will have a stronger interest in money and talents today. Guiding and sharing
always
ideas
have a stronger
can be
interest
more
in money.
positive for you at work and in your social cycle. This may also help you boost your self-image. Later tonight, practice meditation and watch a movie to relax your mind and ground yourself. Sagittarius, keep your mind focused today at work and keep your mind focused today, and at work, be ready to share your personal views. Although you may want things your way, work at your own pace, adding more connections in the long run to your social groups could be valuable to you by helping you with your communication skills. Capricorn, you will feel emotional today. You may want to look into activities that help you reconnect with your inner spirit. Later this afternoon, you may want to take a close friend out to lunch to catch up. Tonight, you will have an opportunity to show yourself and bring surprises, and big surprises will come into your life. Sagittarius, keep your mind focused today, and at work, be ready to share your personal values as well. Oops, hold on. Did I already say that one? Just 1 second. Oh, I'm sorry.
You probably did.
I went backwards. Computers, I tell ya.
You repeat yourself.
I doubled myself. No, I doubled myself up. Okay, Aquarius, I'm sorry. Today, some changes will occur that will nudge you towards important and positive things. This afternoon, you may experience new ideas to your inner consciousness. And tonight, you will feel in better control of your love life and living arrangements.
Really?
And Pisces. Today, you will be more
We do Kimmy
aware
yet?
of your surroundings. Yes. Just try to lay low and focus on your goals as well. This afternoon, you will want to practice meditation to clear your mind and release the control that's holding you back. As for work, new special bonds and projects will form, and tonight you will find new communication skills to accept the change coming in your life.
Okay.
All right.
I can flow with that.
So, I normally talk about things that are associated with your zodiac sign. So,
You do.
Today
You
I'm
do.
going to talk about hobbies that are associated with your zodiac sign. Okay, so which hobby is perfect for your sign? Okay?
You want me to tell you what I think?
No,
Or- oh,
I'm
okay.
going to talk
You're
about
gonna
which
tell me.
hobby is perfect for your sign. So, since Aries are competitive, determined, and energetic, joining a sports club or even an exercise club is a perfect hobby. For Taurus, since they love to self-indulge in things, a good hobby would be baking or decorating things like cakes.
Wait, did you already say Aries?
Yeah?
Okay, what was it?
Joining a sports club or even an exercise club.
How weird is it? Sports club. You
Yep.
know what I mean?
Yep. Gemini. Since Gemini is ruled by Mercury and it represents communication, the best hobby would be using the art of language and expression. So, basically, taking an art class is the best
thing.
hobby, or even creating creative writing class.
Man, you got the
Holy crap! I cannot read that.
the jiggle wiggles in your
no,
voice
it's,
today.
it's just the color I used. You can't read that. It,
Maybe
blends
different
in.
color. You ever think about
Sorry.
that?
All right, Cancer. Well, Cancers are generally homebodies. They need things cozy and full of good vibes. That's why redecorating your house is an awesome hobby for you. Leo. Leos are creative, artistic, and love self-expression, so a cool hobby would be photography. Virgo. Virgos like to read, write, and talk. That's why joining a book club would be a very good hobby.
Okay.
Libra. Libra's ruled by Venus, which is all about art, architecture,
You can do it.
building, things like that. So
Awesome.
I believe taking an art class or starting an art project would fulfill your needs. Scorpio, Kimmy. Since they tend to have an intense emotion and they leave everything bottled up inside, journaling is a wonderful hobby for you.
Journaling. So,
yes.
writing things down.
Yes, or even like journaling, like doing something at the newspaper, you know, like Dear John, you know, person.
Dear John letter.
Something, you know.
Sorry, buddy. I'm done with your ass.
Sagittarius. Sagittarius loves the adventure, loves to adventure, you know, and explore different things, okay? So they love to travel and go to different places and things like that. That's why an amazing hobby would be trying something new, like skydiving.
Okay.
Capricorn. Well, Capricorn cannot slow down. They always have something on their mind and constantly working.
Really?
All right, so the number one hobby that would be great for them is meditating. It will help them learn how to relax. Aquarius. Aquarius has a natural way of trying to help out people. They're very caring and idealistic. So an interesting hobby that fits right in would be volunteering for a cause. And Pisces. They are naturally drawn to the spiritual ways, different cultures, and extremely intuitive. So that's why a good hobby is actually learning how to read tarot cards.
Yeah, why would that be a good hobby?
Because
doesn't tarot cards, isn't that? I mean, for God's sakes, we're watching the show Manifest.
Yes.
They don't look like they're very pleasant.
Well, some of them are. Just depends on what you ask them and what card you draw. And stuff like that.
How do you get tarot cards?
A Pisces, you can order them.
By the way, okay.
You can order them. But a Pisces generally, because they are extremely intuitive, and stuff like that.
Pisces?
Yes. That's why tarot reading or anything dealing with the spiritual aspects or anything like that is great for them, because it actually empowers them more in their skill.
I see.
You know what I mean?
All right.
You ever heard the expression, use it before you lose it?
Yes, I have. I've heard that many, 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 many times.
Okay, well, sometimes that can happen. If you don't use your skill as much as you should, your mind or consciousness or whatever may just think that you're not strong enough to keep that skill.
Okay.
So you got to use it before you lose it, basically, in a way.
Use it before you lose it.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, so now I have the astronomical news.
Do ya?
So there's a runaway black hole in space.
I was going to say, if you're going to say train, I'm done.
No, not a runaway train. All right.
Unusual. My mom didn't tell me about a derailed train today.
All right, so a runaway supermassive black hole ejected from its own galaxy, the computer, is being trailed by a 200
COMPUTER.
light.
Correct?
Yes.
Okay.
200,000 light year long chain of infant stars, according to a new study. All right. So this black hole is not only a black hole now, it is trailed by a big, huge tail, basically, of stars. Okay?
Okay.
The hole was identified by the Hubble Space Telescope by accident. It has a mass equivalent to 20 million suns, and is traveling so fast that it could cover the distance between Earth and the Moon in just 14 minutes. The next step.
Okay.
The next step would be to search for evidence of these binary black holes with NASA's James Webb Telescope and the Chandra X-ray Observatory.
Okay.
Scientists will be hoping for the same good fortune experienced by Van de Koom, and that's the guy who discovered it. And he concluded that this was pure serendipity to find this.
Serendipity.
Yep. The team's research is now published in the April 6th version of the Astrophysical Journal Letters. So there you go on that one.
Ooh, well, we'll have to check that out.
So we might not have to worry about an asteroid coming after us. We might have to worry about the black hole coming at us,
Black hole, asteroid, they're all the same.
It's all a little bit more excited.
All going to be a wicked, dangerous death.
All right, so astronomical news again. We've got 2 more astronomical news. Then we can get into a couple of maybe regular newses before we leave.
Yeah, we don't have much time, folks.
All right, so
about 12 minutes.
The Dawn Aerospace robotic space plane flew with a rocket engine for the first time last month, taking a major step towards the company's goal for reusable aircraft. Okay?
Okay.
Last week, the 15.7-foot long Mk2 Aurora flew 3 times. And it flew over New Zealand's stunning South
New Zealand,
Island.
the Black Cops.
All right. It did actually do 5 tests before the flight, in 2021, but it blew through. It blew through. I
want to give you a blue flu so bad.
A whole bunch of jet engines at that time, so it wasn't really, up there. It flew to the heights of 6,000 feet at speeds of 196 miles per hour. So.
Yikes.
So, yeah, that might be the next, space plane. You never know.
Hey, could be.
All right, and then how about this? That new space missions will launch to the Moon, Jupiter, and a metal world in 2023. So
a new space mission?
A new space mission.
We'll go to...
New space missions will launch to the Moon,
okay,
Jupiter, and a metal world in 2023.
A metal world.
Yes. And
don't tell me.
I'll explain that to you.
Okay. You go ahead and explain to me, and then let me see if I'm right.
A highly anticipated Jupiter Icy Moons Explorer mission, known as JUICE, is set to launch between April 6th
JUICE. Who comes up with these names?
I don't know. All right. The European Space Agency mission lifted off from Europe's spaceport in French Guinea. Is it Guinea?
Guinea, yeah.
With and will spend 3 years exploring Jupiter and 3 of its icy moons. Okay.
Okay.
The Boeing has been working for a decade to develop a spacecraft capable of carrying astronauts to and from the ISS. And in 2023, it's expected to be the year that this new space taxi is finally up and running. After years of delays and development hang-ups, the spacecraft called Starliner completed an uncrewed test mission to the ISS last May that was deemed a success, and now NASA officials have set their sights on April 2023 for the first crewed launch. The Starliner is expected to round out NASA's plan to hand over the task of transporting astronauts to the ISS to the private sector. SpaceX Crew Dragon capsule is already taking up that task, and the company aims to launch its 7th routine astronaut mission next month. Now,
kick ass.
The metal world in 2023 is that they are expected...
Please don't say it's comprised of crystal and gold and shit like that.
No, they're expected to do a mission to one of the asteroids.
Well, they've done that a few times.
Bennu, is that
Bennu is the one that we need to worry about, but it won't be in our lifetime nor our daughter's lifetime.
No.
So.
But this is supposed to be, I wouldn't say crude. They're going to have almost like a robotic crew, kind of.
Okay.
That's going to come to the asteroid.
So AI.
Yeah, is that AI?
Things again.
AI is coming to space, basically.
Great.
Yep.
Exactly what we needed.
All right,
Go ahead.
I'm going to leave you with 10 mantras to help with meditating.
Whoa! 10?
10 mantras to help with meditating.
All
right. So
there's just so many people out there that are giddy as shit right now.
When you get into the meditation process, you want to repeat constantly. You can repeat these 10 mantras all together, or you can repeat them in each meditation.
Okay.
Number 1, I am bliss. Number 2, this moment is perfect, whole, and complete. Number 2, nature is conspiring for me. Number 3, I have no expectation for any result. Number 4, my favorite, recharge, renew, then respond. Number 5, the power of intuition lies within. That's another good one. Number 6, I will follow my bliss. Number 7, I am as dynamic as my rest. Number 8. Oh, wait. Did I? Oh, that's not 8. That's 9, isn't it?
Did you fuck up again?
I might have missed one. Let's see. 1, 2,
God,
3, 4,
man.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, number 9. Sorry, I miscounted. Number 9. I am available for energy and creativity. And number 10, my nature is to flow. And I need to learn how to go back to counting school, I guess. I am so sorry on that one.
Not just counting school. I'll tell you that much.
All right, so after meeting with the Our House Speaker, Kevin McCarthy, China imposes travel ban, issues multiple and massive sanctions. Why, Daniel?
Why?
Yes, why are they doing this?
Because China is probably, if not, the biggest enemy we have right now. And they feel that they can do whatever they want to try to taunt us, scare us, whatever have you. So let's go ahead and put major sanctions. Let's, send J-11s and J-17s directly towards Thailand. Taiwan. And a multitude of other things, warnings, threats, all that stuff. That will pay the penalty, blah, 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 blah.
Blah, 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 blah.
And that's what that is. So, all I have to say to China is, if you want to mess with the sleeping dragon, go right ahead.
All right.
Go right ahead.
How about a loud response here to Vice President Harris should be charged and found guilty immediately of incitement to insurrection over today's speech.
Yes.
She basically condemned Tennessee Republicans for silencing their political opposition by voting to expel Democrats from the state legislation.
Yep. I mean, if it can happen to Trump, it can happen to Harris, because it's the same fucking thing, really. So, I mean, hey, yeah, get her and get her good. But obviously that ain't going to happen until 2024 because the left controls the DOJ and any department within the administration that would have the capability of doing anything towards Harris.
Right.
Doing anything towards Harris.
And what about Trump is acquitted of all charges?
I mean, nobody is surprised there.
No.
I mean, all that's doing is giving more clout to the right, Republicans, conservatives, and has put another dent in the Democrats' shield, so to speak.
Right. One last one here before I leave. Days after rejecting the school lunches to kids, North Dakota senators voted to increase their own meal reimbursements.
What do you think on that?
I had to say, wow. I mean, one of the state senators said, how can we vote for ourselves when we can't vote for children? This is exactly why...
Food for themselves, but no food for the children.
Yeah, this is exactly why we are homeschooling our daughter, because of our innocent kids
Oh, yes.
being targeted constantly by the left, And not only that, I mean, they want to do, like Homer said, the trans bathrooms, them in sports, and everything. They want to push all of their stuff on our innocent kids and everything. Mm-hmm. And nothing's being done about it. So no way, hell no, our child will grow up knowing the truth, right from wrong, with love and respect, with the Pledge of Allegiance, knowing the Bible, teaching normal classes, with the use of imagination, knowing how to have fun. And she will also grow up with a mind of her own, being able to make her own choices based on her family values, standing up for what she believes, and most of all, she will be conservative.
Right, exactly. And one last thing. Folks out there, no matter who you are, if you're conservative on the right, even lean right, you better have your kids in homeschooling. That's all I gotta say.
Yep.
If you don't, take a look in the mirror and rethink things.
And don't go through the homeschool, because they still pick your curriculums.
Yeah, you gotta watch it. You gotta watch everything nowadays.
All I got to say is explore, dream, and discover, and I will leave you with the quote of the day. This is by Dwight D. Eisenhower. We are going to have peace, even if we have to fight for it.
There you go. Okay, that was Jennifer Gregerson. Of course, she'll be back tomorrow. We're going to have another NTRN live tomorrow evening. That's right, on Easter night. It should be a good one, and we may have a new Music Now guest. You'll find that out tomorrow afternoon, late afternoon sometimes. All right, everybody. Once again, for a great show, a big thank you to Jennifer Gregerson, our guest today, Dr. Simeon Hein. We'll have things posted for you on the website if you're interested in things that he was saying. And, of course, talking to one of our favorite individuals, Mayor Brian Homer from Thief River Falls. Besides that, we had a great night once again. We will talk to you tomorrow with a brand new NTRN Daily. Well, make that a live. It probably will be a daily towards the end. But we'll start out with a live. How about that? Okay. Everybody have a great night. So long, everybody. For another great episode of NTRN Daily. with co-host Jennifer Gregerson, Spreaker.com, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and most popular major streaming sites and services, along with select terrestrial markets and stations around the nation. Valhalla Beard and Body, Gentle Lady Boutique, Patriot Shit Outfitters at patriotshit.com, and of course, Art Bell, because if he wasn't around back in the day, we wouldn't be right here tonight. All opinions, thoughts, views, and ideas are exclusive only to NTR Daily and the Night Talks Radio Network. The preceding content is for you and you only, and for you to judge. It is not our intention here at NTR Daily, the Night Talks Radio Network, or Night Talks Radio Live to change your belief, sway your opinion, purposely give you false or misinformation. However, we will give the bold truth, which some people just can't take. If that's the case, you can simply turn the dial or turn NTR Daily off. All full-length music tracks heard on tonight's show are licensed to the Night Talks Radio Network for use from Epidemic Sound. For further information, check out www.epidemicsound.com. All independent artists, groups, or bands are also under licensing for use by the Night Talks Radio Network, properly fulfilling all copyright commitments to Spreaker.com. Copyright 2023, NTRN Daily, Night Talks Radio Live, and the Night Talks Radio Network. And for me, Daniel Brewer, saying, until the next time, stay safe, and remember, they are listening. So long, everybody.